Greetings and welcome to the inaugural edition of The Booth, the first and only podcast dedicated solely to WVU women's basketball. I'm Chad Adkins, and I have the pleasure of being joined every episode by Ryan Idler and Shane Terrell. We're recording in the basement bar booth of Mario's Fishbowl Suncrest on University Avenue in Morgantown, West Virginia, home of the world-famous Fishbowl. There we go, fellas. I spilled some there.
That's all part of it.
Yeah. All right, guys. I mean, we're kind of going into some uncharted waters here. We've never done a podcast, let alone one about, sports or anything. But it seems like the first thing we should naturally do is talk about last year and, what we can look forward to this year. What takeaways can we take away from it? But, I mean, last year, how it ended and everything, it's kind of, what really takeaways can we get from it besides, you shouldn't really trust people from the Northern Plains states.
Well, we get there, yeah. Last year was, first of all, it was our first year even really watching women's basketball. So, that was, everything was kind of new to us from the get-go. We kind of jumped on board and put a lot of faith into last year's coach, and then she kind of let us down.
Yeah. I didn't like it too much. I mean, for a fan base that is constantly called classless, that was pretty classless even for us, not saying anything, not riding on the bus back. To each their own, but it could have been different. She could have handled it a lot different.
Absolutely.
It could have been different. I know we went back and forth on this. I've got a little bit different take maybe, and that I feel like she'd done what was best for her, maybe, but could have been handled differently for sure.
Yeah, I think what was best with her was I just don't want to speak badly, but it was. We were fans.
We were fans of hers. We liked it. We enjoyed the team. We had really high hopes, but hindsight looking back, I don't think she was ever really truly a Mountaineer.
Wasn't invested in the Mountaineers.
Yeah,
you need to be.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess one thing we could take from last year, is just individual stats, and who the players were and how they contributed. But under the new system, that could completely change, Under the new system of our new head coach, Mark Kellogg. He came to us from Stephen F. Austin down in Texas. You can see his pedigree right there. Six consecutive postseason appearances, 7 consecutive 23-win seasons, and just coaches of the year, and his overall record is through the roof, over 70%. He's a quality coach. I think we can safely say that.
I 100% agree. We didn't know what to expect, when new coach, like what are we looking at now? But the more we've kind of looked into what this guy's about, I'm a fan. I'm a fan until he proves otherwise. But
what do you think so far?
His pedigree speaks for itself, like you said, and he's bringing some players from Stephen F. Austin that are incredible players as well, and we have a good team coming back this year as well. So I think we have a good team coming into this year.
Interestingly enough, did you see? The preseason polling has us at 8th. We finished 4th. Yeah. And he brought it up in some of his press conferences. How I'd like to see who voted us that way, considering we're an NCAA birth team. We have, 4 or 5 starters coming back, and they still put us at 8th place. That's kind of chalkboard, or chip on the shoulder kind of material, though.
Yeah, I agree with that. But one thing I think, looking at when he did come in, we didn't really lose people. So to me, that speaks volumes of what he came in with and probably how he handled the situation.
Well, we did. Our one major loss, I would say, out of the transfer portal, we had 2 people that really weren't getting a lot of time under Plitzowite. But I think Isis Bay.
That was a loss.
Yeah, that was a big loss. She really wasn't playing that much at the beginning of the year, but there towards the end, she started.
She developed into a great player.
Yeah. She became a presence in the paint for us.
True.
Who was it? Did we all go to the Kansas game last year? Who was there with me at the Kansas game last year? Where she almost started scrapping with that one girl, so they both bowed up on each other there at that one point, and they had to sit them down. I mean,
I think that might have been the game you missed out on.
I don't recall that.
But I think she was a significant loss for us.
Yes.
I think by far. Well. Except, of course, graduation, the great Madison Smith. She deserves a toast.
Cheers to Madison Smith.
Cheers to Madison Smith.
Yeah.
What a fun player to watch.
Yeah, one of the greats. And I'm so glad we discovered her last year and what the program is, It was great to see her get to play. And, besides the players, Coach Kellogg, I think, has brought in some pretty good assistants, moving into the scene as well. His associate head coach, J.C. Carter, he spent the last 3 years at Texas Tech. So he understands, he understands Power 5. It's not going to be new to him coming. Especially, he was at the Big 12. For the last 3 years, he understands what it takes to play.
He knows
here.
the physicality of the Big 12 and what it brings.
Yes.
So I wonder, just curious, I wonder how that hire came about. Was he hired because of that, or I wonder if they had previous history together?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't
But
either.
somebody who did, Jessica Grayson, his assistant coach, she has. I think she was the associate head coach at a smaller school before he took her away, but she has had 5 years, coaching experience with him at SFA. So,
right.
That's one thing that she'll get. She understands his processes and how he thinks and what he's driving for. Who doesn't want that in an organization already? And finally, we have Erin Grant. She's an assistant coach. One of the two. People we stole from Arizona, actually. We got a player. Yeah. But actually, that's where Isis Bay went. So I guess we traded one for two.
Arizona movement.
Yeah,
We'll take it. Take it.
But when she was at USC, she actually helped recruit 2 McDonald's All-Americans. That could be, I don't know, that could be a kind of like a resume fluff a little bit. She was on the coaching staff with 2 McDonald's. I don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hope she has that kind of pull with kids. She has that connection, and we can get great kids in here. Now, looking at the returning players we got coming back this year, Kylie Blackston. She came to us last year from Colorado. She's actually from Colorado. Where's she from? She's from darn it,
Colorado Springs.
Yep, yes, exactly. That's where she's from. When we saw her, I was really stoked, because I'm a former big guy, I never
You're
played.
You're still a big guy. You're not former. You're still 6'6", Chad.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You might be 6'5"
and a half at my age at this point. But, I was hoping, that she would be like a bruiser, but it's just not her game, I don't think. I went in there expecting that.
And I think Coach Kellogg kind of alluded to that in one of his press conferences, that something, I don't know, me and you kind of talked about it last year. He's probably involved in the conversation. Thought maybe, she should bulk up and be, an in the paint person, but he talked about how well she runs and then, at some point she starts shooting threes, and we're like,
yeah,
we're like, no. Oh, yeah.
But that was one thing that he brought up. Her percentage for 3-pointers was a little bit low for the amount. Yeah, but hopefully she's getting the confidence. Like he was saying that she was trying to bring to the table and really make that her shot, because I think she is more effective out on the wing versus trading blows in the paint. I remember last year a couple times when Plitzawhite had her down in the paint, and she did her best, but she didn't look. I don't think she was up to the job, and
again, that speaks to the physicality of the Big 12.
Exactly,
it's a tough conference to play in, men and women. It's a tough game.
Yeah, it's brutal.
But one thing, he brought up her run, her ability to run and her stamina. Mm-hmm. So I think if he's going to play the game that he says he's going to play, I think she'll be a huge factor this year.
Yeah, I think that's one more thing we need to bring about Coach Kellogg that I'm very excited about is the fact that he's talking about pressing, and it's such a prevalent part of his game. He uses it as a it's just a standard thing. You see, some teams you see it once in a while when it's necessary.
Right.
But, when like towards the end of the game, they need to get a turnover, but it sounds like it's going to be a consistent part of his game. And,
right.
And I was watching at the Big 12 press conference, he was saying, that, I don't want to steal the term press Virginia. Screw it. Steal it, man. Take it. I want to wear my old T-shirt.
We'll break out some old memorabilia. We would love to have press Virginia.
Yeah, okay. I want that back.
Yeah.
I want it back. I want aggressive. Okay, next up we got Tavi Diggs. That's the thing. She was only averaging just under 10 minutes per game. Her production, and that's one thing that Coach Kellogg brought up. She needs, the two players that didn't get a lot of playing time last year, they need to step up their game and contribute just a little bit more. She had a great game. I believe it was against, who was it? TCU or Texas Tech? I can't remember, an away game. I think she got like 20 points last year. So, obviously.
She can do it.
Yeah.
She can do it, she's got a player role. And last year was, maybe she just didn't have a place where she fit in
with that offense. with that coach,
right? Yeah. And her, a fifth-year senior, she's got a lot of experience. She knows this game as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing her play. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to her. At least as up the points per game a little bit. Double both days at least. It'd be great to be a nice role player. To come in and give starters off the bench a breather. And there's Jayla Hemingway. Of course, number one rebounder for the team. She's just, all around. That's the thing that makes me, when I think about her, I'm going to probably make a lot of references to 90s professional basketball because I'm old. But she's almost like the Rodman for us, She's just always where the ball comes off the rim. That's what it seemed like last year.
Always will go after it. Not afraid of it. She'll go for it.
Yeah.
Fun player to watch. Electric.
Hustle, I think, is what it comes down to. She's got the hustle.
Yeah. If I was like on a cookie show, on this cookie show, what is one thing though that you don't like about the dish? She has 74 turnovers last year. That's a bit high. If we can get those down, down to 50, that could mean a game, But all right, but she's great. We love her. I just had to throw that in there. I'm sorry, Jayla. I didn't mean to do that. All right, Messiah Hunter, another player that, the second player that, didn't get a lot of playing time. She averaged under 4 minutes a game last year,
Yeah, she's also a freshman with a
sophomore, redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, but she didn't get a lot of playing time. But look look who she was behind. Mm-hmm. So there just maybe wasn't a lot of room for her last year, but maybe some really good things can come out of her this year.
Yeah, I agree. I hope. Oh, here we go. The number one.
Brings it to JJ.
Yes, brings us to JJ. Preseason All Big 12. Last year finished up All Big 12, All Big 12 defense. She's just, what are your expectations for her this year? What about those stats? Obviously the 28.2 minutes a game should go up some, but with that, should the points and the assists and everything should go up with that. And I think Coach Kellogg brought up that the biggest problem probably that's attributing to those lower minutes is why she gets a lot of steals. She's pretty handsy.
She gets in foul trouble.
Yeah.
But that's something that I think she realizes, and he had made comment that that's one of the things he brought up with her, in initial meetings with her. So I think she gets it, understands it. Hopefully, she can work on fixing that.
Yeah. But and also another thing too. She had 74 turnovers this year. I know she handles the ball a lot. I know she does. But still, that's a lot. 66 steals last year, man. That's pretty dang good.
With the new Press Virginia, that's more opportunities to make more steals.
Oh yeah, so. She was all excited about that.
Yeah, that's one goal she has is to be the all-time steals leader at West Virginia.
Yeah.
I had it here. The 355 is the steals record by Talisha Hargis. Get her done, JJ. Get her done.
Well, with this Press Virginia, the new Press Virginia, hopefully, she'll be able to, get her done. I'll give her a pass on the turnovers if she can get that, many more steals. I'll give her a pass on
Maybe
that.
we should, we're trying to think of things to come up with. Maybe we've talked about a few different things. Maybe we should put a little watch list on the steals.
Yeah. We'll do a countdown.
Maybe hand out some little burglar masks, and every time she gets a steal, you put the mask on. I don't know. Just coming up with some crazy ideas.
It was great, man. I mean, and that's one thing we see. I mean, JJ's great. She's an awesome player, but I mean, even the coach says she's awful bashful, and that she needs to come out a little bit of her shell and be more of a leader, I mean, and we bore witness to it here at the Fish Bowl, actually. That one night we saw her coming here getting some food.
Yep.
And we had a couple cocktails in us, we're not going to lie. But we saw her, we were like, JJ!
JJ, the couple times you've been in here and people yelling at you, it's probably us.
Yeah. But she just lived it and she backed out of the place. See you guys later. She wasn't interested in talking to us, but we get it. We're, meatheads. That's how it goes. But I really look forward. I mean, the next logical step to me for her is MVP. She made all freshman team, she made all Big 12 offense, all Big 12 defense. I mean, it's there. It's there. It's there for her to take. I really think if she gels in this program, Coach Kellogg's program, I think, she has a shot to do some special things here for us. I really do. And the last returning player from last year, Kaya Watson, who followed the coach from who won't be named from South Dakota.
Yeah, we're tired of talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, she stepped it up. I mean, she went from a lower division school to a Power 5 school, and I mean, I'm not sure if it caught her off. I mean, but it's got to be an adjustment, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I would think so.
You could see the transition in work, though. She got better and better throughout the year. She only kept developing, and she will continue to.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping. I mean, she was one of the. I mean, she must be doing pretty good. Coach Kellogg took her with him, and it was Kaya and JJ and Jayla. He took out to the Big 12 conference, media day. So, I mean, he sees her as an integral part of this team as well, And go ahead.
No, I know one thing. She was a 3-sport athlete in high school, which probably a lot of these girls have been. But so you just wonder, was her focus? I'm pretty sure I think both her parents were basketball players, so she probably grew up in basketball. But did she have the total focus in basketball till college? Maybe. So it's maybe just something that she's just going to
keep growing with.
Get better and better.
And what's amazing is right there. I mean, we've kind of talked about Jayla and JJ's turnover, a little bit of woes, but I mean, look at that, 22 turnovers of all of last year. That is amazing.
22 turnovers, averaging 30 minutes a game. Like that's good handle. She can keep on the ball.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, looking at the incoming players first. Lauren Fields and Danelle Aragababu. Lauren, she's a fifth-year guard, the second player in the Bay trade that we had with Arizona. One player, one coach. Her points per game in Arizona wasn't that great. I mean, the year before with OSU, Oklahoma State, I mean, she averaged a crap ton of points and a crap ton of assists even, And now, I mean, she still had a good amount of assists with Arizona last year, but her point totals dropped significantly. But I think, obviously potential's there. I mean, she's put up buckets on us.
Yeah, I think if I remember right, Coach Kellogg just made a comment about how much hustle she has. So, maybe that'll fit into this. Well, we're going to call it Press Virginia for now until somebody comes up with something better.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going to be better than that.
Yeah, I know. We got old T-shirts. We're just pushing it because we want to break out old ward. We haven't worn for a while.
Yeah, and I like that philosophy in general. I mean, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. But so I think she can play a huge role in helping with that style that he wants to play.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually, one of the players that the new players that I'm looking for next, the new players this year is Danelle Arigababu. Like I said, I'm 6'6". I like the people in the paint.
Yeah.
She's a transfer from Northeast Oklahoma A&M, where she averaged 8 points a game and 5.1 rebounds per game. But the only stats, I want her to get double nickel this year. That's the only stat I'm caring. I want 5 rebounds and 5 fouls. And I'm not talking like, I'm talking about picking somebody up and twisting them, and throwing them down on the ground and just flexing over them, going like, "Drink up, baby, it's Oktoberfest."
One of the videos that they put out was talking about I don't know if somebody made the comment or she made the comment that people are a little bit afraid of her.
Yeah.
So I want people to be afraid of her.
Yeah. I want her to be like a 70s NBA enforcer,
Yeah.
Just out there, I know, Coach Kellogg probably wants her to teach her, good, lessons on life and how to do a good drop step, down off the, but I think he should teach her what a forearm shiver is. No, I'm not condoning violence, unless it's Texas. But besides that. But I'm really, I was really concerned there for a little bit, because those first couple videos they put out, she's always smiling and, doing that. But then the video, I was hoping she'd be like showing up like a goth girl, like all in black with like heavy, just eyeliner and stuff, But, and then in the video, she was all happy. But then that last video, like you said, they're all afraid of me. And she just started laughing about it. She's like, that's kind of dark. I'm looking forward to it.
I guess what I don't know a whole lot about her. I tried to find some highlights and stuff. So I don't know that. I don't know enough about her. But I'm excited about what might be there.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's been in a place probably that's had the weight training and maybe the coaching yet. I don't know. I know she's played, obviously, I think.
She under 17 German national team, I believe.
So I know, yeah.
Welcome to America, by the way.
Yeah.
Welcome to Morgantown. Yeah, the views have got to be a lot better than Northeast Oklahoma. That's got to. I think all they do. Like when it snows, kids got to sleigh ride down bridge embankments. And there's just something fundamentally wrong with that.
Careful now. I think we got a lot of Oklahoma girls.
All right. Well,
we love Oklahoma,
but they've got the experience. All right. Now the next two players, Ashala Mosbury and Anoa Holzer. At the time of this recording, we're still not exactly sure of their status. I know the waivers were still out on them. Mosbury is a transfer from South Plains, a JUCO school, where she averaged just over 11 points a game. And Holzer, we just don't really know much about her.
Yeah, I didn't know not a whole lot about her. Anything. She is a jazz pianist. So, little tidbit there.
I don't know where that
transferred to basketball.
Random facts with Shane.
Let's hope they both get cleared and we get to find out what they're really all about.
Yeah. Holzer was on the Swiss national team, not the under 17 team. She was with grown women. The national team.
Yeah. I think I did see something about her age versus like the age of girls that she was playing with and done well. So.
Yeah. So, she doesn't show up on the videos too often, but she doesn't, what I've seen of her, she doesn't appear phased, by coming here. She spent a year in Purdue, but she was injured. So, right. This isn't, totally foreign to her. All right. We got the SFA transfer that came along with Coach Kellogg and
heard a lot of good things about her.
Yes. Even JJ in an interview, they were like, she said she's fast.
She's got speed.
Coming from JJ, that's pretty.
Yeah, Dave.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
She's got speed and scored what 74 points in a high school game, I think. So right. She's got something.
You just got to wonder why none of the Power Fives were picking up on her. Right, they list her at 5'6", but they at least are giving her an inch. That's just what they do. So probably her size, just her overall size, is probably what kept the Power Fives from sniffing around. And seeing what she had. look, I mean, she was playing in the WAC, granted, but she was at 5'6". She was still pulling almost 4 rebounds a game. I mean, I don't know what that, I haven't seen really any. I mean, is she getting down in there? I mean, at that size, I mean, is she willing to do that? I just don't know if that kind of number can stay up as high as it was, that there. But I'm interested in her. Anybody else has thoughts on her?
Excited to see this speed.
Yeah. And also there's another person that I'm really interested in seeing, Tears of Moore. I mean, she averaged a double-double last year. I mean, that's got to help our rebounding woes. I mean, even if she can't get that, if she gets 8 a game, right. I mean, it's 7 even, who else? I mean, we're if we got another person got 7, I mean, that would be huge. And 42 blocks. I like that too. I like blocking shots. That stuff's fun. And last but not least, Miss Zaya Nugent. She's out for the season. Looks like she's had some sort of injury. Not really sure what to expect from her. I mean, she was the MVP of the WAC tournament the last year she played. Yeah,
it's kind of always bad seeing them wheel around with an injury, but hopefully she gets healed up and we get to see her.
Yeah, I mean, but in the meantime, I'd really I hope that the video guy makes her like the correspondent, because she is hilarious. I mean, in all the videos, she just cracks me up.
I hear she's a character.
Yeah, well, looking forward to see you coming back next year, kid, and tearing it up here in the Big 12. All right, so we're coming up next. We're going to look at the first 2 games of the season coming up. The first game we got coming up on November 7th at the Coliseum is going to be against the Loyola. Gosh, that was a tongue twister there.
Wow. Say that 3 times real fast.
Loyola Greyhounds.
Maryland, right?
Yep. I mean, looking at him, you could just. You don't even really have to do much research on them. I mean, it seemed like a good program, good, but I mean, they went 10-21 last year. They lost a lot of their team. Over half their team are freshmen and sophomores. But granted, right there, that Lex Therian, she's a baller, man. She is a baller. Over 15 points a game. She averaged a double-double last year in the All-Patriot League. So I mean, she's going to score. I think we're going to win this game, but I think what do you I think the question is, what do you think a real success would be? Point total wise, how much do we have to win by for it to really be a success, do you think?
I'm not a coach. I've never played basketball. Honestly, I don't really even know that much about basketball, but if I'm looking at this, I'm taking every opportunity that I can to get every person to play, because let's be honest, this is a win game. So yeah. I think you just get a look at everybody. Sure, he knows exactly who probably the starters are, but he's probably looking at who's coming off the bench and
got to figure out the roles and what we're going to be like throughout the year. We got to figure out what works best for us.
But
that's what's good about the first few games.
Yeah, but at the same time, maybe it's going to be the first look at our starters. So you play them. How much do you play them? I don't know.
Yeah.
You want them to mesh well. You want them to play. You want them to get that chemistry going for an actual game, other than just practices. And scrimmages.
Right.
But you also want to see all these. You want to get everyone involved.
Yeah, I mean, you just think he'll probably put a different variations of what he thinks maybe the final starting 5 will be. He'll be able to see them all in action.
Right.
But I mean, defensively overall, I think we're going to win, but I think keeping this Therian, if we could keep her down to single digits and single digit rebounds, I think defensively, down in the paint, and as a team, obviously, because she's going to be coming off, she's a forward, but I'm sure she plays out some, but I think keeping her, whoever's on her, keeping her down, and right. I think maybe winning by 15. I don't know if winning by a certain amount of points is.
Yeah, I don't think you can. I mean, you got to get the win's the win, but you got to use this game. It's going to be Coach Kellogg's first time to really look at this group. So we can talk about it all day long, but we know that he's looking at particulars that we probably don't know that he's looking at.
All right, and an interesting opponent on the second game of the year we got coming up. It is.
Do we have to say their name? I think it.
Obviously, we're going up to Pittsburgh, and it looked like it's going to be a good year for us. We got last year's team was 10-20. Got knocked out first round of the ACC. Coach was fired because of not because of moving on, because of failure there. They didn't meet up to standards. And, I just think this is another one. I mean, they have 4 returning players. Just one of them was starters. They weren't even averaging double, more than 10 points a game. The rest of the team are low-minute transfer, low-minute Power 5 transfers and JUCO players, like it says there. I think this one is going to be fairly easy as well. I don't think it's going to be as much of a hassle as
it'll be disappointing if it's not, but it's still a rivalry game.
Yeah, and that's something Coach Kell. I mean.
Well, we've seen them at the Pitt game. They know what this rivalry is about.
Yeah, and Coach Kellogg, yeah. I want to apologize to you for almost giving you a heart attack at the Pitt game because you were coming up the stairways after being down there. I guess when the team ran out, and I saw you all the way down there. I'm like right against the stairway, and I saw him all the way down there, and I was like, hey, there's good. Well, Shane pointed out, hey, there's Coach Kellogg. I was like, oh yeah. And I was thinking about something really witty and intelligent to say. And, the only thing I could come up with was, give him hell, Coach. And by the time I came up with that, and I leaned down to yell at him, he has good cardiovascular because he made it way up there, and he's only like 18 inches from my face. I was like, give him hell, Coach. And he took a step back. Sorry, Coach. Sorry, Coach. You may have got on blood pressure medication after that. But yeah, this is a very important game. You see it, you know it, what this rivalry is. And look, the new coach that they hired to me looks legit. He's going to get that program turned around. Yeah. I honestly believe he's going to get that program turned around. But that's great. But for now, they're down, so let's just step on their damn throat, right?
Hey, I'm all for that.
Yeah, I'm all for blood. It's Pitt. It's Pitt. Screw that. I think here I will consider 20 points a good win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we need 20 points, and it's at their place. We need it. And by the way, I want to bitch a little bit about Pittsburgh ticket sales. We already got our single game tickets on sale. Put your single game tickets on sale because I want to go. I want to go to that damn game. I guess. Well, there's actually a football game on that day too.
Ooh.
It's going to be tight. It'll tough to get people up there. It's probably tough to get people up there for our women's games as it is, but. We're going. I'm going. I don't know. We're going. I'm going to get tickets, but my only issue is I just don't want to, I want to partake in some festive beverages up there, and I don't want to drive,
Right.
So I need to find a ride. We need to find a designated
We'll find a ride.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. I'd take a ride from like a windowless van with free candy spray painted on the side, I'm getting in. Let's go. But I expect us to win that game as well, the Pitt game. I think we should knock it out of the park with that, quite honestly. All right, and coming up next, we have a little game that we like to call JJ's Jays. JJ's Jays is where we try to predict the scoring total for JJ for each game during this episode's span. So the 2 games until our next episode are going to be the 2 we just previewed, Loyola and Pitt. So Whoever gets closest to the total for the 2 games gets 2 points. Whoever second closest gets 1 point, and whoever farthest gets 0. The person with the most points at the end of the regular season gets a night out here at Fishbowl, treated by the 2 losers. I mean, Shane and Ryan. But
I think
all right. So the first game, Loyola, let's just run through. You just give me your point. Well, how many points you think she's going to have for that game, and then we'll go through reasoning why we came up with that point totals. So go ahead.
I'm going to give a good 15.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Thanks for stealing my.
Can't do that one.
So
no, you can do the same one.
Okay.
I'm going to go 16. I mean, I think she could get more, but I think she's just not going to play all the minutes.
Yeah. Well, and I'm thinking, gosh, that's right around what I was going to go to. I mean, she averaged 15.4.
Right.
Oh, I'll say, I'm going to go 17.
Okay.
Well, we got big.
Higher or lower? Higher or lower?
All right.
He goes higher. He goes
So
higher.
15,
Okay.
16, 17.
All right.
All right. What's your reason? Why'd you get 15
Well,
for?
I figure we probably all have a similar reason. I figured she'll get minutes early. We'll go up. I mean, it's the first game of the season. It's Loyola. Not saying they're a bad team, but we are a good team. So we're most likely going to go up pretty quickly, and then they're going to get all of our other players time. So I'm thinking she'll get her points quick, and then probably take less time.
Okay.
I mean, that's my exact reasoning.
Yeah. I think there's two things that could keep her point total down. If she hasn't learned about the fouls, but I think she has. But if she gets a few fouls, I mean, she's going to be gunning. She's going to be smoking. She's going to be, JJ's going to be ready to go.
First game, it's going to be.
Yeah. She's going to be like,
Something to think about. She is chasing the steals record. So, yeah.
Yeah, she's going to be going for it. But I either that or the fact that they blow, or I'm sorry, Loyola, but if we start blowing them out, early, they will pull her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you said, to get
Rest
other
her,
players.
save her. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So 15, 16, 17. I shouldn't have went that high, but I said it. I'm going to live with it. All right, Ryan. Next week we'll start with Shay, but you can go our next episode. All right.
So we're going with the pit game.
Yeah, I guess. All right. Totals for the pit game.
I'm gonna give her 19.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give her 19. I think she plays more. I think Coach Kellogg realizes it's Pitt, and I don't think he pulls the reins back quite as much. I think lets him play a little more. I think she's got at least 19.
I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to say 16 again, just because I figured it's. I know Pitt they're better this year, but it's still going to be one of those games that are a little easier for us, maybe. So she might be pulled out a little bit early.
No. See, I'm sorry. I'm going 21.
Okay.
I'm going, God, I just went 38 for you, JJ. 38 points in 2 games. But this is Pitt, man. This is Pitt. Step on their throat. I mean, I'm sorry.
I'd like to see it. I would like to see it. I'd like to be wrong about that game, if any game. I'd like to see us go up.
Man,
I'd like to see her get a lot of points.
Coach just needs to let her go till she gets 5 fouls, just straight, and then give somebody $100 and get her another foul so she can get a 6. I don't know. I'm not condoning cheating in any way, by the way. Not at all. Not at all. But, all right, man. All right, so we got a total what? What's your point total?
31.
31.
19.
What was it?
19.
19, and what was your previous one?
16.
So that's 30.
You didn't tell me I was going to have to keep up with my math.
You got to do that. You got to do math. I didn't bring my notepad. Yeah, you're the math guy. You need to do the math.
Yeah.
And I went 30A. You went 30, 38, 35, 31.
Yep.
Ryan doesn't like you, JJ. He doesn't think you're going to succeed.
Oh, I'm always optimistic. I'm just trying to be logical. I'm trying to win the game here. I want that night out on me.
Yeah. Nothing personal, JJ. Whatever. All right, guys. That's pretty much going to wrap everything up for right now. If you guys, want to come down and visit Fishbowl here on Suncrest, just come on down, take a picture in the booth, send it to us. Send it to us on our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook pages. We'd love to see what you guys, look like here in the booth. That'd be great. For Shane and Ryan, I'm Chad. Until next time, we'll see you at the Coliseum.